So in this video, I'm playing Renegade, but this is the VIP version. And what that means is this is the version I would play live. This project has all the original sounds, but I've actually added more and given the project more depth. So I've just plugged in the Ableton Push 2, and that way I can show you where I've put my samples on the pads. Down the bottom here, I have my drum kit. I have my toms up the top. And then I have these percussive elements here. The red samples down the bottom here are the bass stabs, and up the top are my growls. The first thing I did when I started building this project was start with a synth percussive sequence and then add bass elements underneath. Then I added the chords underneath that. The next thing to do was then to add the drum beat underneath. This is the hardest part, trying to play a melody, add some chords, and then keep time. The next thing to add variety to the mix was to change up the bass stab, but to keep the same melody. So that's a really simple change. All I've done is change one note. Then up here I've got my growls and wubs. These were made in Serum, then just basically played a whole bunch of notes and sounds, messed around with the sound design a bit. I had 16 different sounds, chopped them all up, processed them, and only ended up using 8. If you've seen my other videos, you know by now that I love keeping chords, especially string chords, up the top. I've noticed one thing on the push, and that is that the pads are so sensitive that I make mistakes. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't need to apply the same amount of force that I would on the Launchpads. I can basically just touch. When I started building this, I was building it on the Launchpad Pro, and that too, having the velocity sensitive touchpads, I could change my play style because I wasn't having to forcefully press down. Instead, I could slide around on the pads to play them. So I think that's really cool. And again, that's from trial and error. No one taught me that. That was just a happy accident. The same could be said for the toms. If you didn't want to physically play each note, you could just slide your finger. The chords in this project are the same from the original, but they include a few more layers, and I beefed it up because based on the success of the last 2 projects that you guys have been downloading, I wanted this version of Renegade to be the VIP mix that I would play live and that you guys would be able to play and recognize, and for it to become more of our song than just the original. Okay, now it's your turn. All you have to do is plug in your controller, download this project and start playing.